What's up, brethren? We are here. This is Jay. We are from Heroes to Icons. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Haven't really been to any Comic Cons in years, but back in the days, I used to go there quite a bit. Thought I would share my sketchbook from getting autographs and such things when we used to run to the cons in New York City. And Don the Comic Junkie was showing some autographed photographs that he had and stuff. It gave me the idea to break this out of the archives and show you guys what I used to do back in the days before cats was really getting books encapsulated and all that other type of stuff. This used to be the jazz right here. You know what I mean? I first started doing it. I had a little, like a 7x8 sketchbook, a little small thing or whatever. And I brought it to Jim Lee. He felt quite offended at the smallness of it, which I didn't know at the time. You know what I mean? He was kind of huff about how small it was. So, graduated to the bigger book. Still haven't been able to get a sketch from him since I acquired this, and that was 16 years ago. Very old, but what you gonna do? Different strokes for different folks. We're just gonna open this book up real quick. Got this. Sometimes the artists, they wouldn't give sketches, but they have little things that they hand out and that they sell. And this is almost like canvas paper or whatever. I don't remember the artist that it might have been from Kieran Grant or somebody. They didn't sign it. I think it was a free giveaway. It's dope though. First sketch I got, didn't even know this was like the open page, but Tom Rainey does a lot of different stuff. Had done for Marvel. Gave me a quick Thor sketch, all in pen. Some of these guys, I don't even remember their name. It was so old. But got a little bootleg Spider-Man from Scott Hanna. That was free. I was very disappointed with that. He had concaved his eye there. I was just like, man, I'm gonna have to get some bread and go back to the studio, which I did. Free head sketch by Mark Bagley. He signed like 4 or 5 books for me that day. And this was at this wasn't no big con. Most of these is from like a little small con when they was having in like one of them abandoned churches over there across the street from Penn Station or whatever. And I know there's a hotel over there. Little small cons and stuff. Pretty nice. Iron Man head sketch by Sean Chen. Good stuff. I can't complain. Most of this, most of these things was free. Dudes will hook you up. Got a Kyle Rayner Green Lantern. I have no idea who drew that. He laced it though. That's what's up. Went back to Scott Hanna. Gave him $20. Got a dope Storm sketch. $20 to get you for, well, it used to. Probably won't get you nothing now. Phil Jimenez. Nice Nightwing. Yeah, that's really dope. He's a really nice guy. Big dude, though. Really nice cat, though. This is from Derek Robertson. I don't know what he's doing now, but I had him draw a Firestar because his run on the New Warriors was pretty dope. And I know he did that independent book, The Boys, that's supposed to be coming out from Netflix or whatever. And of course, one of the most infamous of all time, we was glad to get this. And he didn't have nobody signing autographs either, which was dope. I got Donatello from the very famous Kevin Eastman. Jay Lee was there. Got this Black Bolt from him. And he's a quiet, big dude. And he was over there with John Cassidy. So after I got this from him, I also got Elijah Snow from Planetary. Yeah, from Planetary, from John Cassidy. And both of these dudes are like some of the nicest guys, but they like 7 feet tall, these dudes. They're some humongous cats. And so, some dudes, it was just fun. Like the guy that did all the little baby stuff for Marvel or whatever, he was there. I got this Daredevil. I like it because he took up the whole page. That was pretty dope. Got the dude that was doing Dexter's Laboratory cartoons. I think one of my kids was with me that day. I went to the con and got this. Very nice. And Omi, the guy that created Powers with Brian Michael Bendis, got a nice little sketch from me. This was free also. As you can see, Bow, 2002, back in the days. And the next couple of sketches are from the Chicago Comic Con. Don't remember what year, but the wife hooked me up, took me here, stood online with me and everything. It's pure fire. Got a Boone Sayuk from The Way of the Rat by Jeff Johnson. These guys, even though this cross-gen went out of business, these guys were the most hospitable and most generous out of everybody at all the cons that I went to. I don't know how they are. Like I said, I haven't been to a con recently or nothing. But it's Andrew DeVito. He drew one of the chicks from the first, but he left that book and then he did Braith, I believe, which was dope. And this is Alvin Lee, I believe. Was it Alvin Lee? Oh man. It's Ninja Boy though. And when he did this, I got him to sign the mini-series. He signed every book. But you know, CGC don't be blessing cats to encapsulate and validate books that are pre-signed already, so that's dead. This by some cat that did G.I. Joe with a horrible face. I guess it's supposed to be Lady J, but you can't win them all. I don't know who did this. This dude blessed this. This is the first sketch that I got of somebody that actually used Copic markers and stuff. He killed it. This was $20, I believe. And I'll say this is before they were famous. This is by Jim Chung. She was a character from the book Scion that he did for CrossGen. Like I said, the CrossGen guys were very, very, very generous. He hooked this up. This was free. All the sketches that I got from the guys at CrossGen are free. And this is by Paul Pelletier. This is Sasha from Negation. And Paul Pelletier now is actually doing the interiors for Batgirl. And I think he did this. I think I had to bring the book out and show him what character I wanted, but I had my wife with me, so he kind of based it off of her a little bit, which was dope. He's one of my favorite artists anyway. Oh, he killed it. And Bart Sears, I got this from him. He was doing the same head sketch for everybody. This is the female samurai warrior from the, oh man, I forgot the name of the book, but it was dope anyway. It's a samurai book that he did for CrossGen. And he was doing the same sketch for everybody. I'm like, yo, can I get something different? And he was like, oh, you're killing me. And the dude next to him, I think it was, I don't know if it was Mark Wade or one of them or whatever. He was just like, oh, you shouldn't have drank so much last night. But I told him I wanted Iku from the book. And word up, he did this sketch, all Sharpie, no pencil underneath or nothing. Rain Terror on it, it was dope. This is by Andy Smith, another character from the first. And he was on and off that book, I think, with Bart Sears also. And I don't know if you can see that. That is another Before They Were Famous by Greg Land. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's pretty dope. Nice little head sketch. Good stuff. And this was from Butch Geis, who did Ruse, I believe, which was like a Sherlock Holmes type book. Very, very nice. I don't remember the guy's name. This is a dude from the book from Route 666. Good stuff. I really need to go back to Comic Cons again and start getting these sketches. They cost so much money now. Another Before They Was Famous, Steve McNiven. He was on Oh man, what was that book? With Meridian. She had some pretty ill powers. She could fly and all of that. And he hooked it up. He's a tall dude too. Or maybe I'm just short. And this is by Angel Medina. He did a lot of work for Marvel. I think he did old school joint. That's Adam Warlock. Did the Infinity Watch. Original joint. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty nice. Put the gem on it. That was free and fast. If it's free, it's for me, they say, right? It's another independent artist. He had like a kung fu type book about the Monkey King. I don't remember his name. Something Lao. It was dope. And another one before they were famous. The David Mack Kabuki sketch. Yeah, I could just cry over that. All the dope covers that he does now. C'est la vie. Eric Larson really didn't feel like drawing that day, but I got him to give me a sketch anyway. Super real quick. Mighty Man from the Savage Dragon line. Service with a smile. And this, I was going to rip this out of this sketchbook. This is by Damian Scott. He was on the Batgirl run. And Lord have mercy, man. I went to this dude 3 days in a row. And he wasn't signing books or nothing. Wasn't nobody in line. He was just shooting the breeze with some kids. And for 3 days, he wouldn't draw nothing in my book. And then he takes the book and then does this. Some of these guys, man, I don't know. But he did it, so whatever. And I went back to Paul Pelletier the last day of the Chicago Comic Con that I went to with my wife. And I asked him when he drew us. I said, you drew something else for me before. I said, but anybody ever asked you to draw one of their own characters? He was like, no, nobody ever asked me to do that. So I pulled out one of my characters that I had created or whatever. And he drew that. I was very happy. You know, you create stuff you want to, wonder what it would look like, drawn by a professional. And yeah, like I said, very, very generous. And I don't know who did this, but this is all watercolor. And that was $20 for that. And once you start getting sketches and stuff, a lot of artists, they'll ask to look through the book. And if they see something hot in it, they'll ask you how much it costs. And most of the time, they'll give you a good price in comparison and give you a really dope sketch. As well as sign some books for free. Ran into Phil Jimenez again. Right? It's always good to have more than one. And he gave me that quick Phoenix or whatever. Very gracious. Ron Garney saw that Spider-Man that cat did in watercolor and was like, how much did he charge you for that? I'm like, $20. He was like, are you for real? I'm like, yeah, that's all he asked for. I said, and he did it right there. He was just like, yo, you want to leave the sketchbook with me? I was like, sure, whatever. He was like, yo, come back in a half an hour. I gave him the $20, came back, and bow, the rampaging Hulk. I said, yeah, baby. Don't get no better than that. Got old school Robin, Tim Drake from the 90s version with the pouches and stuff. That was pretty dope. Really like how he did the shading and all that. Very, very, very nice. And Jan Durisma, who did Star Wars Republic for years when it was being produced by Dark Horse. Oh man, the line for this woman 3 days in a row was ridiculous. And then I finally got over to her. She was leaving. And I'm like, please, please, just anything. And she was like, well, who's your favorite character? I said, Quillen Voss. She was like, really? She was like, I helped create him or whatever. And I'm like, yo, if you could just give me like a quick head sketch and sign this book, I'd be happy. And she hooked me up or whatever. And I think she is an alumni of the Joe Kubert School, which is really awesome. And, you know, everybody's into the independent books and this and that now. But, you know, if you show your support, and this person here, I don't even remember her name. It was her and her boyfriend or something. They were promoting their book. And I was like, yo, you want to draw my book? She was like, sure, you know, you buy the comic and I'll give you a sketch, this and that. So there you have it. I don't remember what it was. It was that 08? Yeah, back in the days. Can't remember. That was 10 years ago. And this was a good con. This is Marvel was pulling out the stops. And I think, what was it? Avengers Initiation or something like that. It was during like the Civil War stuff when Spider-Man took off the mask and everything like that. And the Avengers Initiative, that's what it was. And they had all the guys lined up or whatever. And Stefano Casella was drawing the Avengers at that time. And I don't know why they killed MVP off like that and turned him into like a super killer zombie or whatever, but he drew this MVP for me while we was going down the line getting comic books autographed by different people or whatever. It was pretty dope. You can see that. It's really, really nice piece of work right there. Really cool cat. One of my favorites. And Carrie Randolph, I'm always like looking at his stuff. Really, really dope. He was like, what you want me to draw? I was like, yo, I'm gonna buy you a sketchbook. Just draw something hot. And I came back 20 minutes later and he blessed me with this. He's a really cool cat. He's all over the place. Really cool dude. Most of the time I think he sells a sketchbook too. You know, he has like volume sketchbook 1, 2, and 3 and all of that. That was dope. A little small baby con back in the days, ran into Joe Madureira. He wasn't doing sketches, but I did get a couple of books signed, and I think I got the hardcover of the trade signed also. And he's handing out this. Dark Side was getting ready to drop, and he signed that. It was pretty dope. A lot of dudes, you know, they might not draw anything for you, but they'll have like little giveaways or whatever that they'll sign, take pictures with you, this and that. Which whatever they do, you're grateful for it. And I don't remember this artist's name, but I bought a print from him. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm like, yo, if I give you like $30 for the print, would you draw something in my sketchbook? He was like, yeah. I'm like, bet. And he did Aang for me, all watercolor again. The Last Airbender. These dudes is nice. And the dude that actually created the mouse guard, I caught him on the way out. And he did this. I think it was like $10 or something like that. Like, or you bought a book and he would do the sketch or something like that. And that was really, really cool. No pencil or just a quick Sharpie. Some of these dudes is nice. And I think it's Alfred Molina did this Captain America for me before I even know who he was. And now he's a beast doing all type of Avengers books and stuff. The shading on this is crazy. I have no idea who the lady this is. I just ran into her. We was just talking about school and drawing and stuff like that. Oh, I'll draw something for him. Like, draw Batgirl. You know, very cartoony, but extremely nice piece of work. And she took up the whole page. It was dope. Like, she was like, oh, draw something nice. You won't regret it. It's another independent cat. Him and his people, they do like monster books and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, just draw whatever. Draw like a funny werewolf or something. It's 2011. Good stuff. And this is drawn by a girl. She was sitting there just chilling in the cut in Artist Alley. Bought some stuff for her. And I'm like, yo, you want to draw a sketch of my book? She was like, sure, leave the book. And you know, you leave the book for 20, 30 minutes. She was like, who you want? I was like, I'm like, you want to draw some anime? She was like, sure. I'm like, Sasuke. Yeah. And I think that is the last one. And I put a Avengers vs. X-Men little bookmark there to mark the spot. And there's one more thing that I have, which is really cool. And this is by one of Jim Lee's proteges, The Art of Ryan Benjamin. That Pimp Juice Scared, Volume 3. And when you bought this, he would do a sketch on the back. Really good stuff. I don't even know what's in here. I hope it ain't rated X. I got some cool stuff in here. That Boba Fett is dope. Some Star Wars stuff. This is what going to Comic Cons and stuff is all about. Conceptual art. Really good stuff. Nice. You know. Some football stuff. This is freestyle page. Whoops. See? Nothing edited. Haha. The Grifter and the Midnighter. And more conceptual art. Good stuff. So, I hope y'all guys like this. Like it, share it, subscribe. And I will see y'all soon. Same bad time, same bad channel. Peace.